It's Thursday night. It's 9 o'clock. And this is the makeup show for Monday. Monday night, I went out and did some celebrating. My sister was in town, and we went out and had fun, and I don't get to see her very often. So what we did is just went out to a place where we play board games and got drunk, and unfortunately I had to not do the show, but you know, that's the thing, is it's not unfortunately because it was actually a good thing not to do it that night. But here we are on Thursday to do it the right way on the wrong day. And tonight's movie is going to be Voodoo Black Exorcist. And that is going to be a lot of fun. But before we get to that, I have a short. And tonight's short is Teenage Rodeo. Road being a very bad pun. So let me go ahead and cue this up. Full screen with you, damn it. And the curtains could probably come down a little bit. Yeah, scoop. And then we do one of these. Oops. I need to come up with a set of pre-sized curtains. Really? Okay, let's just lock that shit. There we go. Slowly getting better at OBS. Not really, sort of, kind of. How do I free transform that shit? God damn it. Okay, well, whatever. There'll be a little border on this. I'm tired of playing with it. The problem is that different videos come at slightly different resolutions, so getting these stupid curtains, which is totally not even worth it to fit, is just going to be more of a pain in the ass than anything. So here we go on the Teenage Rodeo.
That looks pretty interesting, doesn't it, Bob?
National Teenage Rodeo. Go to college. Spencer to JC's. Win a lot of loot. Looks pretty interesting, all right. I'm an old car hand from the Rio Grande.
Carboy, Bob, my hero.
Hey, what gives, chums? You got a license to be this happy?
Let me guess. She's lovely. She's engaged. She uses steel wool. Bob's going to enter a rodeo. I didn't know you knew any horses.
Who's talking about horses? This is a different kind of rodeo. These horses have wheels. Dig?
Speaking of wheels, here comes Cowboy Joe in his convertible. I can tell by the squeal.
I'll bet he's trailing you, Nora.
Well, so they're giving prizes for driving now. Hi, everybody. Why have a contest? After all, here I am.
Oh, you are? Are you all there?
You know I'm the best driver in town.
No, isn't that funny? I didn't know that I knew that. I'm sure the JCs don't mean your kind of driving.
What's eating you, Nora? Come on, how's about a ride in the rod? I'll show you how to drive.
No, thanks. I'm healthy, and I want to stay that way, all in one piece.
Peace is right. Quit fighting. How about a Coke, Sandy?
Oh, no thanks, Bob. I just remembered a date with a friend.
See you later, Sandy. My dearest friend, my worst enemy.
He's hard, all right, but how does that affect you?
Every time Dad sees Sandy drive, it takes a week of begging to get him to let me use the car. He thinks we're all rods.
You'll need the car for the rodeo, won't you?
No, the JCs and the local car dealers supply them. New ones, too. But I do need Dad's permission.
And now I want to present to you Mr. James Barlow. Mr. Barlow is a member of the local Junior Chamber of Commerce. Many of you know him as a local businessman. Others of you will remember him as the all-star state quarterback. It's a real pleasure for me to present to you Mr. Barlow.
The JCs are sponsoring a teenage rodeo here in Centerville to promote safe driving among high school students. We have a wonderful bunch of prizes, radios, clocks, and other things. As a result of this competition, the rodeo will name the town's most skillful teenage driver. The winner gets a plaque and the opportunity to go on to further competition. In all of the states, approximately 1,700 local winners compete with each other in state championship rodeos. Then the winners in the 48 states, Hawaii, and Alaska travel at JC expense to Washington, D.C. for the National Rodeo, where the grand prizes are college scholarships totaling $4,500. There they compete in written exams on safe driving, just as they did in their local and state contests. These exams test the teenagers' knowledge of traffic laws and safe driving practices. They also compete in a rodeo of driving skills, and believe me, it's a terrific event. The teenage driving trials are modeled on the one set up by the American Trucking Association for professional truck drivers. Teenage rodeo contestants don't have to wrestle with big trailers the way the pros do, but they do have to demonstrate expert driving skills. This is the test on the Serpentine course, and it's just 1 out of 4. We JCs believe that some of America's best drivers are in their teens, and these rodeos give you a chance to prove it.
A rodeo with automobiles? And you want my permission to go out and kill yourself in what amounts to a game of chicken?
Dad, the JCs are behind this. Also, Liberty Mutual Insurance, the Chrysler Corporation, the trucking industry, and the Pure Oil Company, too. Besides, this is a safe driving competition.
Well, okay if I sign with my pencil?
Sure, Pop.
Well, how's the kitty car class, Mr. Barlow?
Well, we haven't mashed any fenders yet.
Oh, well, that was the other guy's fault.
All together now.
Sure it was.
Oh, yeah? Well, I could win this contest with one hand tied behind my back.
Sandy, you got the makings of the best driver in town. Your vision, reflexes, coordination, they're terrific from here down. Why don't you let us help you develop your driving skills from the eyebrows up?
You see, Nora, I'm not so dumb after all. Mr. Barlow said so.
Nobody said you were dumb, Sandy. It's just that you haven't been using the brains you were born with.
Okay. If I start using them, will you drive with me?
I guess so. I give up. All right. Don't pass here, Sandy.
Who's driving this heap?
You'll never change.
Why, hello, Sandy.
Hi, Mr. Barlow. You know this eyebrows up stuff? Well, I thought you were kidding. Mr. Barlow, I almost ran over a woman and child tonight.
Come in, Sandy.
Oh, Bob, you did great. Or did you?
I don't know, but we'll soon find out. Gosh, Dad, I was lucky to win the city championship. They'll murder me in the state rodeo. Man, was I lucky. Gosh, Dad, they'll murder me in the national rodeo, but the trip will be fun.
Oh, I don't know, Bob. The odds against winning the state championship were thousands to 1. In the national, there'll only be 49 to 1.
Maybe so, but that Washington rodeo is big league. It's really tough. Listen, Dad. There are penalty points if you hit a ball, or touch a line, barrel, or stanchion, or fail to stop the car right on the line. And of course, there are instructions you have to observe. You have to signal the judge with your horn when you finish any test where measurements have to be made. I'm not too worried about the written exams. I've got by them twice without any mistakes. But in the nationals, they have aptitude tests. The knowledge exam is tougher, and you have to drive a road test on the streets of Washington.
Believe me, traffic in Washington is no worse than it is here in Centerville.
You've got something there, Dad.
Bob, guess what? Mom and Dad are taking me to Washington to see the Nationals. How's that strike you?
Gee, that's terrific, Debbie.
Sandy is going too.
You are?
Oh, not as a contestant, Debbie, just as a spectator.
He's going to drive Mr. Barlow there.
No kidding. I guess Mr. Barlow must have changed his opinion of you, Sandy.
There's been another change, too. Sandy's starting to use what he's got above the eyebrows.
What you hiding for, Debbie? He's terrific.
It's close. I figure our boy has a slight edge.
The horn. Why doesn't he blow the horn?
That's only one mistake. He's still got a good chance.
Yeah, but he's still got to get out of there.
Forgetting the horn must have rattled him.
And up till then, you must have been one of the top scorers. Why, in the ball test, you put those skins right on the line.
Oh, well, somebody else was just better than I was, that's all. For that matter, I might have lost points in the interview, or the road test, or the aptitude test.
Oh, gee, Bob. Well, that's the way it goes.
Is this a private postmortem, or can anybody get in on it?
Anybody can join, Mr. Barlow. Just bring your own handkerchief.
Well, I'm going to fool you. I'm going to say something cheerful and spoil everything. After all, Bob, you shouldn't think of yourself as a loser. If you look at it that way, there are thousands and thousands of losers and just one winner. You know, that just isn't true. Actually, you're all winners.
Come to think of it, I'm a winner, too. And I didn't even drive in the rodeo. This year, that is.
You'll be driving cars for the next 40 years. And the things you've learned about driving will stick with you for life. On a nationwide scale, a program like this can save countless lives, maybe your own.
All right, that was Teenage Rodeo. What a movie. That was just a very special moment in my life. I know that. God, I love old-timey teenagers. That dad was the greatest actor I've ever seen in my life, dude. That was just like possibly the worst fucking line reading I've ever seen. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get... Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at the poster. Somebody's honking their ass off outside. That's great. So yeah, we've got Voodoo Black Exorcist tonight. And this fucking poster is amazing. This dude means business, so watch out when your nerves start to shatter. Twice the terror. No, excuse me. Twice the terror shock. Now... I'm sure they meant to write twice the terror, twice the shock, but yeah, that says twice the terror shock. And yeah, so I love this stuff though. Warning, we are not responsible to any person that this film may disturb, either physically or mentally. See it at your own risk, blah, blah, blah. I just love when they have to oversell a garbage movie. But you know what? This poster is actually pretty fucking cool. So, yeah, without further ado. Oh, wait, no, a slight extra bit of ado here. Let me just do that. Yes, I'm fucking with the stupid curtains again. Okay, there we go. That's a good. Move the thingy. All right, so yeah, here we go. Voodoo Black Exorcist.
Happenings and life repeat themselves. Within 1,000 years, 2,000, Gedo Nebo will seek Kenya. Blood will be spilled. Terrible things will happen again. And everything will start again. Begin again.
Freddie, you will stay and watch over the sarcophagus. You will have to sleep here, too. I'm sorry, but it's necessary. Sylvia, how long have you been working for me?
As your secretary for 3 years and as your companion for 2.
Why don't we get married? The Caribbean is perfect for a honeymoon.
Accompanied by a mummy?
I don't think it will bother us.
Oh, don't you think we're all right as we are? What do we have to change things for?
Albert, you should be friendly with Dr. Kessling. I want him to show me the mysterious sarcophagus. Albert, do I have to do everything? What are you bringing me another whiskey? You think I'm a drunk or something? I asked you for a gin, a double.
What kind of a chain did you say you had?
Establishments Ward. Barbados, Curacao, the Virgin Islands. The best hamburgers in the world. I have a slaughterhouse in Chicago.
That's very interesting.
You're a dancer?
Can you tell?
Your husband?
Oh, he isn't my husband. Soon I'll get tired of him. He's always jealous.
He's right to be.
I guess so.
Tonight, the cards speak in a strange form. You know what it means? Violence, blood.
I can't believe you're serious.
Don't you believe in cards?
In the 20th century, you can only believe in science, don't you think?
Incredible. This card predicts an unexpected visitor.
On the high seas?
There's no mistake about it. Will join us before we reach port. Isn't it exciting? Albert, I think you should warn the captain.
Immediately, my dear. help you?
Ah, I was looking for you. What's that?
It's a sarcophagus. I'm guarding it. I have the captain's permission. Just think of it. That same rhythm was sounding thousands of years ago in the jungles of Nigeria. And the movements of that dancer are the exact copy of ancient ancestral dances.
What do they signify?
Your head will burn, and your body will dissolve into nothingness. Wait for the spirit to descend. Heads sing, feet are bare, the bodies dressed in white. Chained to the ground, the spirits await.
We have no eyes, but we see, nor ears, but we hear your voice, nor legs, but we ascend to heaven as particles of God.
Exciting! What rhythm! What vitality! Dr. Kessling, will you take me to see the mummy later? We'd like to so much. Really, we would. Wouldn't we, Albert?
Sylvia, I just received this wire. Dr. Craig is on his way to meet us. I only know him through his work. I must admit he is the foremost authority in matters of African primitivism.
Now, after this conference in Port-au-Prince, what do you plan to do?
Plans? Continue working. Write a book. The same as always.
That's what's wrong. Same as always. I hope you won't be needing me anymore. I'm leaving for New York alone.
You've been acting strangely this week.
As a secretary or as a lover, I've spoiled you. I work for you all day long, and when you feel like making love, I'm also at your disposal. No, that's not enough for me.
I have to show the sarcophagus to that nutty old lady. I promised her I would last night. Please don't leave me alone with her. Please.
Captain! Captain! Has anyone seen the captain? Albert, call the captain.
Captain?
Miss
Captain, how many
Thorndyke,
passengers do we have?
340.
41. We have a stowaway on board. My cards say 341, and they're never wrong. Never.
Keep it in mind, Miss Thorndyke. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's curious. Maybe we'll have to search the ship.
You're not going to pay attention, Miss Thorndyke.
No, but I am about the other passenger. Last night, someone knocked him out and also took his clothes.
We calculate that the sarcophagus is approximately 1,000 years old, even though it is perfectly preserved. The natives never buried corpses in their sarcophagi. Rather, live persons submitted to a special treatment. According to the voodoo ritual, when a man dies, he turns into eternal particles.
Albert, I would like to get a sarcophagus like this to rest in it eternally.
I'll do my best, honey. Do you want us to open it?
No. Why not? It will be dangerous. We should not do it.
Miss, this sarcophagus has been opened on several occasions already.
Johnny, don't let them.
Now,
Tell them what could happen.
let's go.
I warn you, don't do it. What foolish superstitions, as nice and educated as the dead are, right, Albert?
Yes, dear. Observe that it can be opened from the inside as well as from the outside.
How marvelous. How splendid. He must have been a very interesting man.
His story is written in these printings, but we haven't deciphered them yet.
Notice his ring, made in the shape of an asp. It contains bits of curare that activate at 98.6 degrees, the blood temperature. It's pure gold, and its value is incalculable.
You'll do what I want. All I order. All get a Nebo orders.
Albert! Did you hear that voice? It froze the blood.
That was me. I was dreaming of you.
7. You can see the future. I wouldn't want to bet against you.
If you try, number 4 will come out 3 times. Do you know what that means?
What does it mean?
That someone will have their vengeance. You still have a chance. Shoot.
Who are you? What do you want?
You'll know soon. Shoot.
I think it occurred around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Since the head hasn't been found, we can suppose it fell into the sea. The cut was made with a wavy-bladed knife. Magnificent, worthy of medieval headsman, but ghastly.
Did you wire the police in Kingston?
Yes, sir.
We'll have to search the ship. Maybe Miss Thorndyke's cards were right.
I knew it, Albert. I knew it. The cards announced that there was a criminal hiding amongst us. I am never wrong. The cards said so.
Robert, did you enter my cabin last night?
No. Maybe I should have.
For us, it would be easy to find out who did it.
Sure. Very easy.
A very simple invocation.
Forget it.
To Boursin.
It would be easy for us, but we shouldn't do it. It's too dangerous.
What gloomy faces over a little blood. In my business, I see that sort of thing every day. Hey, boy. I want a drink, the usual. Thanks.
Are you leaving me, no?
If you take a ride around my Chicago slaughterhouse, you'd see.
Oh, will you shut up? I'm not easy with this stand you today.
Attention, please. This is the captain speaking. As a consequence of the events occurred last night, I must take certain security measures. Beforehand, I apologize for the inconvenience to the passengers. We must make an extensive search of the ship, holds, storerooms, lifeboats, crew quarters. The passenger cabins must also be searched. Tomorrow, we'll dock at Kingston. But I must beg the passengers and crew not to disembark until we receive instructions from the police department in Kingston.
Oh, no. Dr. Craig will be waiting at the airport. I must disembark.
This card announces death, just as I've always told you, and the cards are never wrong. And this one says someone's half dead. Maybe that refers to you, Albert.
Dambala, 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 dambala,
What are they doing?
Eh?
What are they doing?
They're invoking Ogu Shango, he that reigns over all the Loas.
Loas? Loas? But what are Loas?
Spirits that are waiting to be avenged.
We better stop that.
Please don't. Please. Now the Loa of the dead man might possess any one of us and force us to do certain things. You will seek the guilty one and then stop there. Search the sarcophagus. Open it. Please.
Last night, you gave it to me so that I could make a copy of the signs on the sarcophagus. You wouldn't think that I went back to the sarcophagus, do you?
I can assure you that the crime was committed with that knife. But by whom? And why?
I told you someone had been in my cabin. I heard him close to me.
Sylvia, why did you go to the sarcophagus?
I don't know.
But what did you feel?
At first, I was trembling. I tell you, I tried very hard to regain control of my body. I was being pushed by a strange force. I couldn't stop it.
Continue.
I had the impression of being turned inside out into a state of no gravity. I began to wonder who I was or what I was doing. I couldn't tell her anything. I don't know why. It's all so strange now.
Try to remember. Please try.
I was certain I wasn't alive. I wasn't sad. I didn't care. I just waited.
For what?
I don't know, something that would happen. Absurd and terrible at the same time. Now I feel I'm still waiting.
For what?
My own death.
Your killer is dead. I bring proof of my vengeance, O Kenya, most beloved of women.
My God, this heat is really unbearable. Muchacho.
Yes.
Will you get the list of passengers to disembark at Port-au-Prince?
Yes.
Sheriff,
Yes.
Sheriff, Dr. Kessler wants to go to the airport.
I don't see why not. Let him go.
Thank you.
Captain, I think you can return the passports to the passengers.
But the criminal is surely on board.
Oh, this is very involved. Let me handle this.
Capitan, what do I do with this, sir?
What do you think? To the laboratory, son. To the laboratory. Summarizing, a steward is decapitated. The next night, his head shows up in one of your passengers' cabin. Several men have a terrible struggle with the suspect, but he vanishes. Well, Captain, you may sail when you like.
Aren't you going to do anything else?
You see, I have a system. When I don't have a lead, I drink gin. And wait.
With this photo, you'll have no trouble recognizing Dr. Craig. I'd rather wait here.
Dr. Craig, Dr. Kessling is waiting for you.
Thank you. Where is Dr. Kessling?
This way.
Where's Dr. Craig? What does this mean? Who are you?
Who do you think I am? Hello, Dr. Kessling. You recognize me?
No, it can't be.
Don't you see I can be of more use than Dr. Craig ever could have been to you in your studies of voodoo?
The ship's about ready to sail, Dr. Kessling. Your colleague from New York?
Dr. Craig, Mr. Dominguez.
I hope we have no more incidents. Maybe we'll meet again in Port-au-Prince. Gentlemen.
Your documentation is truly amazing. But Dr. Kessling and I disagree with you on your theory of the pantheism of the voodoo religion.
Why?
They never invoke a single god. Rain or shine, good or bad, all depends on the Loas.
You know nothing. The Loas are intercessors between men and God. God is lost in the universe and can't be invoked. He's only a threat.
That's not what you said in your last book.
However, that's how it is. Sylvia's your name now.
Now? It's always been the same.
My, that's strange. You deserve a prettier one.
And what do you think my name should be?
3 phases are found in every voodoo ceremony. Call to the gods, arrival of the gods, and sacrifices and offerings to the gods.
Your normal state lasts long?
Variable. I also depend on the sun and various cosmic factors.
You speak English well.
3 centuries in museums. I have learned many, many things.
What do you feel when the process begins?
Pain. It's going to drive me mad.
You killed the steward in one of those moments.
In infinite time, what must happen, happens.
I trust you won't do such a thing again.
We had an agreement. I kept my part. You just see that you keep yours. Last night, I lost Rada's sacred ring. I want you to find who has it.
Where are you going?
Someone's thoughts call to me. Do you feel I am different?
In a way, yes.
You will see that I am not. The sea is beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
However, there are many creatures in the center of the earth that have never seen it. Imagine how they'd feel if put here now. That's how I felt when I found you again.
You have a way of courting a woman.
That's not my intention.
You said something about finding me again. Had we met before?
In Cairo's archaeological museum. You and Dr. Kessling were looking at the sarcophagus that you have now.
Something wrong?
No. No. Go away. Who has it?
Huh?
Albert, what's wrong?
A terrible monster was right here.
Nonsense. Let me go back to sleep.
Port-au-Prince, home at last.
You stay at the ranch? I always go there.
Maybe. What's wrong, Albert? We're in Port-au-Prince and you look worse than ever.
Excuse me. If you should need anything from Ed Warren, you can always reach me at Envy of Ed Warren. The best hamburgers in the world.
Sylvia, don't be too friendly with Dr. Craig.
Why not? Where is he?
I'm here next to you. Kenya, my only love, your face glows like a newborn star. I know that, having lost you for 1,000 years. I could not find another like you until I find you again. Kenya, my only love.
Beautiful poem. Who wrote it?
Someone many years ago, alone on a beach. One night when the gods allowed him a few seconds of happiness. It's the translation of the inscriptions carved on the inside of the sarcophagus.
Does Dr. Kessling know you've already translated the inscriptions?
Dr. Kessling has many things to learn. And so do you.
Me? You say that as a threat.
Threats are only words. But what must happen is almost here, and nothing can change it. But you have nothing to fear.
Dr. Kessling.
How are you?
Terrible, moody, perplexed. It's so damn hot here, don't you think?
Yes. Any news on the death of the steward?
I've established that someone on board did it. Logic, huh?
Yes.
The other case we have is worse. It was terrible. The day you arrived, the passenger from Flight 704 was run over.
He was killed?
Yes, a bulldozer. No identification. By the way, you went to the airport to meet a passenger from that flight, didn't you?
Yes, Dr. Craig. But I assure you, he was very much alive.
Dr. Craig?
There he is.
Did you know him?
Why, yes, of course.
I won't bother you. I'll just wait. For an error, a false step. Anyhow, it's too damn hot to do anything. Don't you think? We'll meet again, Dr. Kessling.
Adios, Inspector.
Now you're talking strange. Why do you look at me?
It's the only way I know how. Sylvia, I can't get used to calling you that.
On the shop, my name should be.
Kenya.
No, don't touch that top. I don't think we should show the mummy to the public.
But you know that people want to see them.
Dr. Kessling, we will be on the air in half an
Thank
hour.
you. Sylvia, if you had a very interesting scientific truth in your hands, how much would you be willing to pay?
You absolutely cannot buy them. You can only discover them.
What a body.
it's undoubtable that these men brought by force from their native Africa to be sold as slaves brought with them their rights, beliefs, dances, religions, which they firmly implanted in Haiti and Trinidad. I'm going to show you a sarcophagus that is thought to be 1,000 years old. Miss, would you open it? Please. You are looking at the body of a mummy that at the moment died.
Albert, you're spilling your coffee. Watch it.
That monster! That mummy that was in our cabin!
That's impossible, Albert. It's much too old. But I'm glad to see that you're starting to believe these things at last.
I have never seen a man in such a state. Terrible, terrible. He has more than 6 fractures. Head, arms, jaws, ribs, ankles. And it looks like he's been strangled, has broken vertebrae. But even without all this, he would have died anyway.
It's a shame. The best hamburgers in the world. What did you say?
We found some of the murderer's blood. The strangest blood I ever saw. Well, that blood has a certain virus that would have killed him in a few hours. I've sent a sample to the lab for further analysis, and we'll have to wait for the outcome.
And the dancer?
She'll recover. She was hit, but not hurt. Complicated case, huh?
Too much so. I'm a homemade cop. A little clumsy and a little old. Beautiful girl, your secretary. I retire in a few years.
Oh. So what is your reason for telling me all this?
So you'll forgive my extravagant ideas. I got it in my head that our Dr. Craig is not Dr. Craig.
Are you accusing me of something?
I wouldn't dare, Dr. Kessling. You are an important man, and I'm only a fat old cop. I only wanted to give you a chance to change your statement that you didn't know Dr. Craig. You'd save me some trouble. Understand? At my age, I don't want problems. Any statements to rectify? Very well. Heads decapitated, sarcophaguses, mummies, voodoo rites, flying scientists, Willie's son. I don't like this. There is more mystery in this world than all of us think. A criminal must be reasonable.
What?
But none of what is happening is. The motive. That is the question. I'm not used to thinking so much, and I get tired. 25 years in this profession without a failure. I never had to solve an important case. Now I can't make heads or tails of this damn case. Worse yet, I know something is going to happen. I can't stop it.
What must happen will happen. Yes, yes. We really don't do anything. The gods do it all. With our songs, rhythms, drawings, we pray that the gods possess us. We make with cornmeal the potions that have real power. Tonight we will sacrifice a young rooster. The gods will come dancing because we can only believe in gods that dance. Need help, Inspector?
I would need the help of all the gods. Would you please keep the camera focused on the sarcophagus?
Yes, sure.
Do it. Hey, why is that still there?
Dr. Kessling has the second part of his conferences tomorrow. Looks like he doesn't want the mummy to get away.
You stay here. And let me know if anything happens.
Like what?
You never know, son. You never know.
Now listen. Don't take your eyes off this sarcophagus. You understand?
It is a virus 50 times smaller than any virus produced until now. It reproduces every 3 seconds. It's absolutely unfilterable. We have completed the strontium-70 test, and it can now produce blood poisoning in 30 seconds.
Thanks, son.
Would you like to hear something absurd?
Love to.
This blood sample is 1,000 years old.
1,000?
Inspector, Dr. Kessling's helper is trying to open the sarcophagus. What? Stop him? I'm afraid it's too late. He took the chain off. He said not to shoot, no matter what.
Shoot who?
Whatever or whoever comes out of the sarcophagus.
What can come out of a sarcophagus?
See Kenya.
Seems to me your silence has been very impudent, Dr. Kexling. And let's hope that no one else gets hurt. No more victims.
Hello, Inspector.
Dominguez speaking here.
Number 2 here.
Any news yet?
The truck just passed by here.
Good. Don't stop it.
Control number 3. The truck's slowing down. He stopped. He means getting off. He has a woman in his arms. She's fainted or dead. Inspector, they're going into a cave.
Hold these on. It was used as burial grounds by the primitives. 300 years ago, they found the sarcophagus in there. Do you know what that means?
That your protege returns home.
Should I follow them inside? Or wait?
Wait. We'll be there in a minute.
What are you going to do?
Whatever I can. Just simply that. Your first mission?
Yes, sir.
When did you start?
I got the uniform in this morning.
Don't be frightened.
Who are you? What do you want?
Nothing and all.
Are you Dr. Craig?
No, and you aren't who you think either. Maybe you don't remember, but
What should I remember?
once you and I were in love. We were happy. They separated us, but I found you again. Now we'll be together forever.
Forever?
Time doesn't count. It doesn't exist because it has no beginning or end.
Dr. Craig.
I'm not Dr. Craig, nor you, Sylvia.
You, go that way. You, on that side. Remember, don't use your guns unless in self-defense or when I order to use this.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what a mummy is, my son?
No, sir.
At first, you will think it's a human being like you or me. But later, you will realize it's not. And that's when you would tremble.
Yes, sir.
But that is the time you will have to pull the trigger. Hurry, hurry.
You won't destroy it.
If I take it home, my wife will get very angry.
But, Inspector, you can't do that. We have to keep it alive.
Don't make trouble. We've got quite enough of it right now. And try to help us. Come on.
Don't be afraid. I would never harm you.
Dr. Craig! Dr. Craig! Where are you? I want to help you.
What is that idiot doing? He's going to spoil everything.
Dr. Craig! Where are you? Answer me!
Get him! Shoot him! He's here.
All right, so that was The Sudden End of Voodoo Black Exorcist. A movie that wasn't very good. That's all I got to say about that one. Kind of a snoozer. Had a couple fun scenes in it. But yeah, just way, way too long. I spent the last half hour or so just waiting, like wondering when the movie would end so that I could just be done. Yeah, but that's the way it goes sometimes on Cheap Thrills Theater. So I'll just thank you guys once again for joining me for another Cheap Thrill. And until next week, in the immortal words of Mike Ward, stay cheap.